Parker Valby disappeared from the track, and some people quietly moved on. 19 months later, she came back from a broken foot and ran the fastest 5,000 meters of her life. That was not a soft return. It was a warning to every rival waiting ahead. Parker Valby did not return with a careful jog back into the sport. She returned with a win, a personal best, and a race that made the distance world look twice. At Sound Running's LA Track Fest, Valby won the women's 5,000 meters in 14:49.41. That was the fastest 5,000 meters of her life. It came after a long time away from outdoor track racing and after rehabbing a broken navicular bone in her foot, one of the most serious injuries a distance runner can face. That is why the result hit so hard. This was not just a former NCAA star getting healthy again. This was Valby coming back from a dangerous foot injury and immediately running faster than she ever had before. The question changed in one race. Before LA, fans were asking if Valby could get back. After LA, the question became much sharper. If this is what she looks like after the comeback race, what happens when she gets fully fit? A broken navicular bone is not a small problem for a runner. It sits in the foot, right where repeated impact matters. Every stride, every landing, every hard workout sends stress through that area. For distance runners, that kind of injury can become a career warning sign. That makes Valby's return more impressive, but also more fragile. She did not come back from a simple soreness issue. She came back from something that forced patience. Distance runners hate patience because the sport rewards steady work, long weeks, and rhythm. When that rhythm breaks, the whole body has to be rebuilt. Valby's absence created real doubt. She had turned professional with New Balance after a massive college career, but the next chapter stalled before it could fully start. Fans saw the resume, but they did not see proof that the body was ready. LA gave the first answer. Not the final answer. The first one. And it was loud. The reason Valby's comeback matters is because of what she already was before the injury. At Florida, she became one of the most dominant distance runners in NCAA history. She won 6 NCAA titles across cross-country, indoor track, and outdoor track. She broke the Collegiate indoor 5,000 meters record with 14:56.11 in 2023, then lowered her own mark to 14:52.79 in 2024. Outdoors, she won the NCAA 10,000 meters title in 2024 and had already run 30:50.43 at Bryan Clay to destroy the collegiate record. That 10,000 meters mark showed she was not only a 5,000 meters runner with one gear. She had strength over longer distances too. Her racing style was simple and brutal. She did not wait around for tactical games. She often pushed early, stretched the field, and forced other runners to decide if they wanted to suffer now or lose later. That style made her famous in college. It also made her a problem. Runners could not sit comfortably behind her because Valby liked to turn races into long pressure tests. The LA Track Fest race mattered because it looked familiar. Valby did not return looking scared of the pace. She moved to the front, pressed the race, and ended up running much of the hard work alone. That is classic Valby. She does not always need a perfect pack. She can hurt a field by making the race honest early. In a 5,000 meters, that is dangerous because the damage builds quietly. One lap does not break people. 5 hard laps in a row do. Her 14:49.41 also improved on the 14:51.44 she ran at the 2024 U.S. Olympic Trials. That detail matters. She did not just win after injury. She moved past the best 5,000 meters time she had run before. After the race, she sounded emotional and relieved. That makes sense. A comeback is not only a fitness test, it is a trust test. The athlete has to trust the foot, the training, the pain signals, and the body after months of doubt. In LA, Valby got more than a time. She got evidence. Valby becomes a nightmare for rivals when she is healthy because she changes the shape of a race. Some distance runners want a slow first half and a fast last kilometer. Valby does not always let that happen. She can turn the middle of the race into the hard part. That style is especially dangerous in American distance running. The U.S. women's 5,000 meters and 10,000 meters fields are deep. Wayne Kalati, Elise Cranny, Carissa Schweitzer, Alicia Monson, and other major names bring real experience and strength. Nobody is handing Valby anything, but Valby brings a different problem. She has the confidence to lead. She has the college history of breaking fields from far out. She has enough 10,000 meters strength to make a 5,000 meters feel uncomfortable. And now she has a fresh personal best after time away. That does not make her the automatic favorite. It does make her hard to ignore. If she gets fitter from here, every US distance final becomes more dangerous because one athlete may decide the race should hurt long before the bell. The honest global context is important. A 14:49 5,000 meters is strong, but the world's best are much faster. The top East African runners can live in a different time zone when the pace is hot. Faith Kipyegon, Beatrice Chebet, Gudaf Tsegay, Ejgayahu Tai, and other elite women have already pushed the event toward historic levels. That is the mountain Valby still has to climb. Her comeback race was excellent, but it does not suddenly place her at the very top of the world. To fight for global medals, she needs another major step. Maybe more than one. But that is what makes this comeback interesting. Valby is not starting from zero. She already has Olympic experience after placing 11th in the 10,000 meters in Paris. She already knows what championship pressure feels like. She already has the American college record base. Now she has proof the body can run fast again. The global gap is real. So is the comeback. This race should not be turned into a fantasy. One great 5,000 meters does not mean Valby is suddenly ready to dominate the US or chase global medals right away. The injury history still matters. A navicular injury has to be respected. Training load has to be managed carefully. Too much too fast can turn a comeback into another setback. Valby's team must protect the long path, not just chase one exciting headline. There is also the question of race tactics. Valby's front-running style can destroy fields, but at the pro level, it can also help rivals if they are strong enough to sit and kick. The best global runners can handle hard pace and still finish fast. That is a different test from college racing. So the smart take is balanced. LA did not prove everything. It proved enough to make people nervous. Valby is healthy enough to race well, fast enough to set a personal best, brave enough to run like herself again. That is a serious warning. The next step is stacking proof. One race creates excitement. Several create belief. Valby needs to show her 14:49 was not just one emotional night. She must recover, train, race, and improve, turning a comeback into a season. The 5,000 meters may be her best short-term weapon, rewarding her strength without the full grind of a championship 10,000 meters. But the 10,000 meters still matters. Her 30:50.43 collegiate record showed rare long-distance power. Her future depends on balancing both. Too much 10,000 meters work adds stress, while too much 5,000 meters speed work risks her foot. The right plan builds strength without rushing her body. That is the quiet battle behind the comeback. The nightmare scenario for her rivals is easy to see.